There's male, there's female, and there's the other. They created a third group called Tritiya Prakriti. Jain monks came up with this idea. They said something called Bhav Sharir and Dravya Sharir. We assume a male body will be attracted to a female body, but it's quite possibly a bhava is different, and the male body will be attracted to a male body, or it will be attracted to something else. Some people don't align with what you consider to be conventional. The straight person goes there, the gay person goes there, everybody's going to end up in the crematorium, right? When you see a dead body, how do you know what their sexuality is? I don't use the alphabet soup. So LGBTQIA, the alphabet mafia which has emerged, which is a very Western way of thinking. Basically the idea is that not everybody follows the beaten path. So in India, there was a very simple system. There's male, there's female, and there's the other. They created a third group called Tritiya Prakriti, the others who don't quite fit into the binary. So they created in their a kind of category and said it's quite possible that a person can belong to the third category either permanently or temporarily. It's also possible you can be there temporarily and come back to the binary. But they have made room for the third space. And that's what makes India interesting. That for thousands of years, even the Jain monks came up with this idea. They said something called Bhav Sharir and Dravya Sharir. Dravya Sharir is the physical body, and Bhav Sharir is your emotional body. And this is the two may not be aligned. You may have a physical, you'll have a male body, and we assume a male body will be attracted to a female body, but it's quite possibly a bhava is different, and the male body will be attracted to a male body, or it will be attracted to something else. So the Jain monks 1500 years ago came up with this division of Bhava Sharira and Dravya Sharira, which now gender studies is talking about as gender and sexuality. So it's nothing new about it. And then they try to make it very exotic. It's not exotic, it's very simple. Some people don't align with what you consider to be conventional. And how do you accommodate them? So if you are a person who excludes people, like a thali, masoor dal nahi khayenge, ginger garlic I will not eat. Forget about beef and pork. They will not even let ginger garlic in their house. They will not even let masoor dal in your house. If that is the level of exclusion that you have, how can your heart be big enough to include people?
So, to include people, what are the kind of tales that you would generally tell?
Go to the crematorium and tell me who escapes it. The straight person goes there, the gay person goes there, everybody's going to end up in the crematorium, right? When you see a dead body, how do you know what their sexuality is? Were they kings? Were they criminals? Who are they? They have to burn. It's a dead body, it's garbage. So now you should imagine yourself, if a child comes with a different sexual, you thought he is a apple, but he turns out to be an apricot. Will you get disappointed or enjoy apricot? That's the choice. If you think तुम्हारे घर में आम का पेड़ है, but बेटा निकलता है नींबू, तो क्या करोगे? So you have to now adjust. You have to find a way to include him in your kitchen. That's wisdom. It's not so complicated. People make it sound complicated because they want to be dramatic victims. Even rich people nowadays are doing these Instagram stories of how victims they are. They didn't get their 6th private jet. These kind of tragic stories that we are celebrating victimhood. And that's a very Western idea. These blue-haired woke people also do that. And I don't like it. Or whether it's the hijabis and all of them. I mean, when I talk to my Muslim friends, I ask them, hey, do you know a hijabi Muslim? Hijabi lesbian? And they say, I know hijabis, but I don't know hijabi lesbians. And I'm like, why don't you know them? Where are they? Are you saying they don't exist? Of course they exist. But they're too scared to talk about it. Where's the Namazi gay? He's doing namaz, he's a religious person, but he happens to be gay. How do you accommodate him? Have you created an ecosystem where he can talk about it? If you have not, then you are excluding. You're not including, which is haram. So the whole idea, remember the sacred courtyard in Makkah is called haram, where everybody is included. The word haram is the inner quarters where everybody is. So haram is the one who excludes and halal is the one who includes. So these are Arabic words which have different meanings. I'm trying to explain to you how the same concept can work in different societies. And in Indian society, it was like thali is a very good metaphor. Will you throw your child out or will you keep him inside? Is the question you have to ask. The Indian courts have decided the judgment that, our thali will exclude some people. We are a caste-based society. What did we expect? Especially when most of the judges are Brahmins.